Hello and welcome team. Today's session we'll see top 10 QA miss scenarios. Okay, so when we'll get any story or functional verification, okay, usually we are missing the some scenarios. Okay, so today's session we'll see what are the scenarios we are missing. Okay. First scenario, negative testing and invalid input coverage. Okay, so when we get any story for functional verification, then definitely we'll start with the positive path, but we should not miss the invalid formats, or we can say negative testing, putting the special characters or long string name. Okay, so here I gave the some test cases enter invalid email formats. So here, if you see, this is the invalid format email. Okay, then we can try the negative values or zero values where positive numbers are required, and also we'll put the give the long string name. Suppose my username is accepting minimum 5 character length to 25 character, then we'll try with the more than 25 characters and we'll see what happens. So as per the requirement, the application should not accept the more than 25 characters. Okay, then second, yeah, we also need to consider boundary value and the edge case validation. Okay, so here, as I mentioned, okay, if our username accept the minimum 5 character to 25 character, then we need to verify with the max minus one, max plus one. Like in this case, like we need to verify with 24 character, 25 character, 26 character. Okay, and like minimum is a 5 character, then 4 character and 6 characters. Okay, and for date picker we need to use the future or past dates. Okay, and application should not accept the things. And if in case we are using upload file, then we need to check the exact file size, and we need to do some like -1 +1 byte, and we need to verify. So in this case, application should give the correct validation message. Okay, then next, like multi-user or parallel execution scenarios. Okay, so this is nothing but the what we can do. Two users edit the same profile simultaneously. Okay, and we'll see what happens. Okay, suppose I have a username. We logged with the username, and the two different user open the same users in edit mode, and one is editing the first name, other user editing the first name. Okay, and both click on save, then we need to check it what happened. Okay, the same thing we can also do it if same users can open the edit user into different tabs, then we'll also see what happened. So it should give the correct message. Okay, or it should application should not allow the things. Okay, then next is a data persistence. Okay, so in this case data should remain consistent after refresh or browser back or application restart. Okay, suppose here I have mentioned the test case. Suppose we are filling the any form or the components, and we are navigating the next, and if as a user, if you navigate back, okay, and again move to the forward, okay, then whatever the data is entered, it should not be delete. Okay, it should remain as it is. Okay, then next is a API UI consistency validation. Okay, though we are doing the functional verification from UI perspective, but as a full stack QA, okay, we also need to do what is the API is responding. Okay, so and we'll compare with the our UI verification. Okay, so we found like API is written the response 499. Okay, but UI shows the 500. Okay, value. Then the same way API response give the 5 records, where the UI displays the only 4 values into the grid. Okay, so this kind of we can say test case are will identify, okay, when we do the API UI validation, and this is a required. Okay, like here you can also see like API is giving the some error message which is not we are not able to see on UI. Okay, so that is the reason we require API UI validation. Okay. The next is the error messages and validation. Okay, suppose we perform the some invalid operations. Okay, then application should give the valid error messages. Like here you can see, like we submitted without required fields, then it should be the correct messages. If user enter the wrong password and click on the login button, then it should give the specific and consistent error message. Okay, or if user select the invalid date format, then it should give the meaningful message. Okay, then next is the localization and time zone variations. Okay, this is also important things. Otherwise, it breaks the entire features, because if you see every, like if you consider localization, okay, then date and the currency conversion is different. Okay, so we need to be very careful when we are doing the localization and globalization testing. Then next is a file upload and download edge cases. Okay, so here we can see the when we are uploading the file, what happen if file is a corrupted file or the large size or wrong format. Okay, then it should either give the correct warning message. Okay, and next is the session timeout and auto logout. Okay, so what happened, like we observed that, okay, if once the user is logged into the application, okay, so it is remains as it is. So ideally the session should get timeout and it should timeout. Okay, so we'll add the test cases. Okay, like if once user log in it after some time, okay, session should timeout or it should get auto logout. Okay, then next, the last but not least, like third-party integration failures. Okay, so nowadays a lot of applications are using the third party. Like for example, forgot password, we are sending the SMS. So as part of our application verification, we need to verify that SMS service should not be offline. Okay, when user click on the forgot password. Okay, so this is the like top 10 like usually QA team is missing the scenarios. Okay, if in case you have any questions or queries, please comments below. Thank you.